Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. My name is Tom LeJudas, and I use the pronouns he and him. I serve this congregation with the leadership development team and also as a part of Connection Circles. I'm leading this morning as a worship associate. Welcome to our special place. At the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of the Quad Cities, we welcome all people into our beloved community of whatever age, race, class, ethnicity, physical ability, sexual orientation, gender identity, or religious background. We welcome especially those joining us for the first time. We invite everyone to join us downstairs after the service for coffee, snacks, and conversation. If you are here for the first time, there are 2 sets of stairs. There is also an elevator available to you to join the coffee group. Thank you for joining us this morning. We have a prelude, the Rainbow Connection, that has a special place in our family, a special place in religious services throughout my many years as a UU. We just have a special treat from our own UU Ukes.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide.
Please join along. The words are on the screen.
We've been told, and some choose to believe it. God knows their wrong way to see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that and someone believed it. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? And what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, a rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us lost in its spell. We know it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep and have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La 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 dee da da doo, la 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 dee da doo.
Nice way to start the morning. Good morning. No. Good morning. My name is John DeGreve. I'm the chairman of the religious services team and also the congregation treasurer. I'm substituting for Reverend Sabrina today, who was called back to Italy to help determine the care for her seriously ill mother. We have heard since that her mother has passed. So please keep Reverend Sabrina in your thoughts and prayers. Each month we try to read the Covenant Pledge, which is on the front of your order of service. So if you will join with me in reading the Covenant Pledge. Loving kindness guides us as we come together in a spirit of generosity, respect, and empathy, mindfully aware of each other's inherent dignity and worth. Today we are going to discuss this month's theme of the practice of joy. We will continue the conversation started by Alice Martin last Sunday with the Walt Whitman poem, The Song of Joys. Hopefully there will be a few moments of surprise and who knows, even joy. We like to celebrate a few of the birthdays. That's John's tradition, I'm sorry. Let's acknowledge anybody that had a March birthday. Just yell out the date. 27. 31. 23. 8th? 10th? Okay. Mindy, you got one in there somewhere. 21. Okay. How about April? First.
22nd.
Wow. 30. Okay, so let's celebrate your birthdays with a little joy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everyone. Happy birthday to you. I just do it for the vamps. 7 weeks ago, I had a total left knee replacement. I'm here today standing on both legs, so it shows that there is life after surgery. During my recovery, I missed taking my dog Sophie out for her daily walks. So for a solid month, I was housebound except for going to PT. After I was released to go out for a walk, I discovered the joy of spring outside. Trees were budding, flowers blooming, songbirds were singing, grass and lawn was greening. Oh, the joy of spring and the joy of walking on two legs. I invite you to look at the picture on the front of the order of service today. It has bubbles and sunflowers, the joy of the moment. Sue Whitty, a former member of our congregation who has passed, loved sunflowers. And she passed that love to me when we saw one time a field of sunflowers, and she explained to me the sunflower move with the position of the sun, and they stand tall together. So I have that thought in this picture for Sue. The bubbles represent the bubbles on our quilt out in the foyer, which represent, according to my wife Jan, our children. Is that correct, Jan? Yes, okay. So the playfulness of that picture, standing in front of that field of flowers and the bubbles, are the joy that we want you to have in your heart and your head today. So keep that picture. We have to be open to the possibility of joy in our life. Our imagination is a key part of that. This plastic wand can be many things to many people. When I handed them to my grandchildren, The youngest son, Hiram, thought it was a lightsaber or a sword. When I handed it to Evelyn, who is a dancer, she's in a professional competitive dance group, she thought as part of one of the costumes that had a star on the top of it, and she was dancing with it. And her older sister, who is a musician, thought it was a baton for the orchestra leader to lead the orchestra. But if you look at it really, in addition to your imagination, it's bubbles. I could do this all day. I love that. And all of them, they have discovered a great way to make bubbles like the ones in our order of service today. I invite you to keep your head up, your eyes open, your ears listening to the joys of spring that are all around you at this time of year. Please join with me in the lighting of our chalice. The words are in your order of service. They are not the normal ones. We light this chalice in celebration of joy, the flickering flame of candle, a flame that shimmers, that dances, that cheers, a flame that heartens and encourages us in hard times, the welcoming flame of this community. Please rise in body and or spirit to join in our opening song, number 361, in your gray hymnal, Enter, Rejoice, and Come In. The lyrics are on the screen. While you're standing, don't relax. It's time to greet each other with a joyful morning greet.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Wonderful.
Thank you for being here.
Oh, would the children come up front, please? Good morning, friends. How are we doing today? Good. Oh, what do I have here? A box.
Bunny rabbit.
It is a noisy box. Huh. Gates, this is for the children. Gates already guessed what was in the box, but we're hoping the kids didn't hear him. What's in the box? Yes. Does sound like a tambourine. I think there's more stuff in there. There's a bunch of stuff in there. You already know. You helped me put stuff in the box. Anybody else? Anyone from this side? What do we think is in the box? Instruments. Yes. Did you hear Gates say it? So we've got some instruments in here. All right, let's open it up. Oh, we've got, what's this? Maraca. Who wants the maraca? Oh. We've got a tambourine. Oh, it is a drum. We do have tambourines in there. I love how they're so quick to correct the grown-ups. Those are bells. Oh, all right. What's this, Stella? This is the tambourine. Does anyone know what this is? Oh, hold on. Troy, what is it? It's on the tip of your tongue, right? Yes. It's an accordion. And I've got something else in here too. So, whoops. Music. So this month's theme is joy. Music brings me joy. And we've got something else in here that makes music, but it's not necessarily a musical instrument. So this is a cardinal. Yup, this is a robin. And when we go outside today, we can listen for these sounds, right? Because we can find joy in nature. Chickadee. So are we ready to go outside and make some bird feeders and enjoy find joy in nature?
Good morning. My name is Ann Harrington. Today I am here to tell you about our sort of ending pledge drive. As you can see by our puzzle, we are not quite there. And today is sort of the official ending of that. However, I have some joy in that there may be some incentives that we're going to look at to get that finished. But you have to wait for that. I'm going to put you in suspense. I've been carrying around lots of tools, extra puzzle pieces, which could be used to fill that in, and a list to verify that those have been or not been turned in. I'm happy to say that as of today, there are only about 25 or 26 that I know are not in. Many of those, several of those, have indicated they are coming. So that is my joy, is that I'm still hopeful of that. But I'm getting tired, and so my work is kind of ending along with our team in finishing up what we said was the pledge drive period. So with that, I would encourage you, if you haven't filled out one, if you haven't sent it in, please do that. You can send it, you can drop it off, you can give it to me, any pledge drive team member. Again, I want to thank everyone for what you've done to make this happen. We couldn't do it without you, and this place wouldn't be here, and I want to make sure that we continue that it's here. So please, if you haven't, see one of us and we'll help you do that. With that, Alice Martin, Fearless Co-Leader, is going to show you what our total is as of today. And this was a big week. I will tell you it was a big week. Last week we were at 139,107. This week, Alice, you want to reveal?
No, I'm ready. Kids in anticipation going. Let's hear it.
175, 155. That was as of 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon. I know that I got a couple more given to me today, so there's still a little bit more that has come in. So with that, again, I want to thank everybody. I would encourage you that if you are not a current member and you wish to pledge, that is also a possibility, and we welcome anything. It takes everything to be who we are. And so thank you from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of the team's heart, for doing your part in getting this to this point. So, suspense, wait until next week.
Good morning. I'm Barbara Thompson, a member of the Pastoral Care Team. As we gather today, we pause to reflect on what lies in our hearts. In this time of sharing, we take a moment to recognize our personal joys and concerns and to read from the book of joys and concerns those personal life events you have chosen to share with us. So I want to check first for concerns. Do we have any concerns that we received online? Thank you. Lori McCullum has shown one concern here. The House passed the SAFE Act, disenfranchising millions of voters. And then also some joys. These are from Lori, the first two. Thanks to the Pledge Drive team and many canvassers for their hard work on this year's campaign. And to Alan Barkman and Lori Nichols for making our new name tags. Also from Olivia Dorothy, who won re-election on the East Moline City Council and is looking forward to fighting for UU values for the next 4 years. Okay. For what has been shared and for what remains in the quiet sanctuary of our hearts, we are grateful. Let us become aware of the energy that brings us together in beloved community as we share a time of silent meditation. May we open our minds and hearts to a place of quiet, to a silent prayer for the healing of pain and the comfort of love. You are invited to come forward and light a candle during the musical meditation that follows.
This congregation is a theologically diverse religious community. with membership open to all who are in accord with our values, our mission, and our vision. Our congregation is entirely self-governed by the democratic process. One of the privileges of our free church tradition is to provide all of the financial support for our ministries from among ourselves. Generosity, therefore, is one of the spiritual values we recognize as central to our personal and institutional well-being. This month's designated plate offering will go toward the Unitarian Universalist Association, from which we receive much support. We invite you now to participate in the blessing of giving as the ushers come among you to accept the gifts of the congregation. Please be as generous as you are able. Thank you. For all of the gifts of time and treasure that you give to this congregation, with sincere gratitude, we say thank you.
Especially from the treasurer. Thank you.
One of the joys that we have is the connection circles. The connection circles associated with UUA, we also get a series of UUA soul sources. This is from one of the more recent resources, and this is also from one of our contemporaries. This is a reading by Reverend Tess Bumberger, who serves the First Universalist, now the First Unitarian Universalist of Essex, New Jersey. This is what she has written. We all have those days of no flowers, just weeds. You know the kind I mean. The days when the trials and tribulations seem most present. The days when the commitments we make exceed the time we meant to give. And yet it is all such good work and there is more to do. The days when someone is snarky and we snark right back. I know it. I've done it. The days of our own mistakes that we cannot admit to ourselves. The days of criticism that we take too much to heart, ignoring all previous and future praise. the days when we simply cannot summon compassion for those who push our buttons. No matter how hard we try to do so, we all know those days of no flowers in our life, when the weeds rise up and seem to choke out the beauty. Then there are the days of more flowers than the vases can hold. You know those days, the days of fun and productivity, where creativity is queen in loving and thoughtful days, days when everything flows. I know those too. The days when people treat one another gently, even when someone is snarky, even if it is you. What a thoughtful silence wraps you and them into a holy moment of connection. The days when you take criticism with a grain of salt and praise and positive feedback with a thankful, open hand. The days when exactly the right thought or word or action occurs to you at exactly the right moment, and you think or say or do it, and you witness something opening up inside of you, or in another person, or in the garden of spaces between us. These are the days of too many flowers for the vase to hold. May this be a day of too many flowers for you, as John suggested to us in the opening. And in the coming weeks and months, may such days grow in number and frequency for each of us. May we rejoice in the abundance of our blessings. May it be so.
Joe, this is for you. I have to vest for my reflection. This is a stole that Jan made for me many years ago when I did a puzzle reflection. But today, this is our puzzle reflection, and we're going to talk about joy. Part of the vesting is the tie today. That is a tie from John Bowman. When John and Kathy moved from the area to Minneapolis, he bequeathed me with about 50 ties, and I have to pick them for whatever. Today, this is Crayola crayons. It just spoke to me that we need to be imaginative and color outside the lines once in a while. The sermon today is partially plagiarized. The Soul Matters that Tom referred to is a very good source for information. And a little bit more than a week ago, I didn't know I was going to be doing a reflection today, so I needed a little help to get out of no man's land. And in the resources of Soul Matters, they have sermons that you're allowed to share. You can use them, alter them as you wish. So today's sermon was originally from Reverend Dana Worship, and it's entitled Ode to Joy. She granted us the use of this sermon, and I have adapted it for today's reflection. She once posed the question, is happiness overrated? Her answer was essentially yes. And yet today, where are we going? We're going to speak about joy. Yes, even now, after the election that went profoundly awry, let us speak of joy. Joy is decidedly different from happiness. It is something that we find even in the midst of our complicated, not always happy lives. So joy, here we come, though to get there we must first dispense with happiness. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against happiness. I just wonder if the ultimate goal in life, as a parent who says, I just want my children to be happy. Now, some of us might think my own personal mindset, but the truth is, and this is Dana, not John, I'm not naturally a happy person, a naturally sunny disposition. Not me, of course. Now, I am naturally snarky and cynical. That's me, of course. My grandchildren gave me a t-shirt that says Grump on it, Grumpa. And then it defines it as an ordinary grandpa that's just grumpier. So that's me. My favorite word in the English language is bittersweet, for it is with those memories when joy and woe are woven most fine, when I feel both bittersweet and sweetness that life has to offer, that I feel most alive. Such moments can delight me and spontaneously tear my heart out. To know both sorrow and joy is what it means to be human, and my ultimate goal is to be fully human. I have a friend with 2 nearly grown children who are well on their way to becoming funny and kind and smart and thoughtful and generous adults. She told me that she would never say to them that she wanted them to be happy. Rather, she would say, I want them to be of use. Or another friend said, people are rarely stirred to go off and change the world by happiness. I would say that the ultimate goal of life is meaning and purpose. As it happens, a life of meaning and purpose is very likely to be a happy one. There are no guarantees, of course, and yet happiness is a very common side effect of feeling useful, living with a sense of purpose and meaning. For me, meaning and purpose, and very often happiness, are also the fruit of walking the kind of spiritual path that we come together and share here in this congregation. So what is there beyond happiness? Well, first there's meaning and purpose, being of use. There's competence and confidence, resilience and satisfaction. There's equanimity and grace. There's depth and soulfulness. There's holy discontent and yearning for justice. And there's laughter and delight, which arise not just from happiness. A great solace, even in times of intense pain, can be the ability to laugh in the face of despair, to be amused by the ironies, the idiosyncrasies, and the contradictions that abound in life. My PT for my knee replacement involved intense pain, trying to get the knee to bend from the original 50-degree bend to 120 degrees. It also brought laughter, no pain, no gain, but I kept telling them that they're making a grown man cry, and they thought that was pretty funny. The encouraging part is that this last Thursday, I did get to 120 degrees. Woohoo! And yes, that is joy. Joy cannot be the final goal of life any more than happiness can be. Joy simply isn't sustainable or reliable enough. Joy happens, it erupts. It's the spirit uncaged, darting like lightning. Yet joy, the feeling of ecstatic uplift and wonder, of dancing delight, is also part of what makes life meaningful. Can you imagine a life completely devoid of joy? I can't. Think of the moments of great joy in your life. The surge in the heart that arises unexpectedly, perhaps at the beauty of a tree in the fall, glowing golden against the hillside, caught in the light of a sun setting. Or just a few moments later, watching that same tree with the rising light of a full moon, glowing pinkly orange above the hillside, caught in the same light as the setting of the sun. Last night was a pink moon, so that was kind of ironic. Joy that wells up when you gaze in the eyes of your beloved or look at a precious head of a sleeping child. Moments of exquisite connection to other beings, to the earth, the whole cosmos. For me, it can be a formation of white pelicans banking into the sun. I just am overjoyed going over 74 Bridge and catching a flock of pelicans banking into the sun. It's just Joe Machenko captured a picture of the pelicans that's sitting in my office. It's my moment of joy. Such moments can cut through the deepest despair. They don't necessarily go away, yet they can prove a counterpoint, a reason for keep on going. I work at Rafferty Funeral Home in Moline as a memorial service officiant. When I meet with the family, it always amazes me how laughter and, yes, even joy can intersperse in the conversation of such sadness. Joy is a little like grace. Perhaps joy simply is grace. We can cultivate it, yet we can't will it. It arises and it catches us. One of the greatest gifts of the Unitarian Universalist tradition is our wide definition of Scripture. Not only the texts of many religious traditions, but the words of poets, even the whole of natural and man-made world can be holy. And yes, Whitman is Scripture. As shared by Alice last week, his poetry is the living word, words which regularly uplift and bring joy. Whitman's A Song of Joys is nearly a sermon-length long poem. It goes into all sorts of joys, and he cannot shrink from some of the harder sides of life. Whitman finds joy everywhere. He finds all life to be a poem of new joys. Dancing, clapping, shouting, skipping, leaping in joy, a swelling ship rich of words and joys. He finds joys in trees and grain and the swiftness and balance of fishes, the raindrops and the gleesome saunter over fields. He enumerates the joys of an engineer running a locomotive, the joys of a fireman responding to the alarm in the dead of night, or the boxer as he steps into the arena in perfect condition, conscious of his power, of fishing, clamming, whaling, working in the mines and foundries, the joy of a soldier at the bugle cry to battle, of farmers training orchards, grafting trees and harvesting apples, the joys of youth and the pensive of thought. His poems are often largely exuberant lists of all the manifestations and occupations of human life. He finds joy and purpose and meaning in the most exalted moments and the most mundane. Whitman is a fulsome and thoroughgoing humanist, not an atheist by any means, yet he has very little necessity for a God. He concerns his great joys lies in nature and people, humans living, and in communion with each other. Indeed, all of human living is wildly infused with holiness and delight, worth of reverence and the highest honor. Whitman cares far less about God than he does the humanity and living in the world, both material and transcendent. He seeks a deeper communion with other people and the whole world. He is a universalist and indeed loves it all. Perhaps joy is just another word for love or for grace. It cannot be the goal of life or living, yet it may be something it is worth living for. It's worth working for to create for ourselves and others. And so, I do not wish for you happiness. I wish for you instead a deep and soulful life. I wish for you meaning and purpose, that your life is put to good use. I wish for you joy and woe woven fine in good balance in a pattern that is rich and beautiful. I wish for you confidence, competence, satisfaction, and times of contentment. I wish for you work and rest. I wish for you equanimity and grace. I wish for you community, family and friends and church that calls forth your complex and beautiful humanity that carries you through the storm. And yes, joy. I wish for you the grace of moments of joy when your heart fills with love and beauty and connection, when you feel part of all that is, know yourself to be good and whole and holy as the great goodness, holiness, and beauty of life. May these moments help you sustain and carry you through all the rest, through the woe, the pain, the trials, and the disappointments. And may the joy of your Spirit be uncaged and dart like lightning. May it be so. And now if you will rise in body and or spirit for our closing song, number 95 in the gray hymnal, There Is More Love Somewhere. Please stand. Joy. There is more joy somewhere. There is more joy somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more somewhere. Please remain standing and join with me as we extinguish our chalice. The words on your screen are in your order of service. They're the benediction by Dr. David Breeden. May your heart dance in wisdom and wonder. May golden light and a whispering breeze fill your moments with joy. The very spark of being, like a sage, play like a child, and dance with the moment as they arrive. Please be seated.
Announcements are in the order of service. If you have announcements that you wish to be posted, please get those into our office before Thursday of each week at noon. The weekly announcements, as you turn over your program, you can see include the coffee hour in the social hall that is coming up just in a few minutes. I also note of interest that there's a clothing swap for kids on Sunday the 13th today. Look for the item that brings attention to you and your life.
Tom and I would like to thank you for being here today. We wish you community, family, friends, and church that call forth your complex and beautiful humanity. and yes, joy. We wish you the grace of the moment of joy when your heart fills with love and connection, when you feel a part of all that is and know yourself to be good and holy. See the good greatness and holiness and beauty in life. And may the joy of your spirit be uncaged and dart like lightning, up, up, and away. I want to just do this the rest of it. Anyway, please join us downstairs for coffee and conversation after the prelude, and we will be up, up, and away.